Hi, my name is Jackie. I want to tell a little bit more about my conversion story and how Mary came into my life and the wonderful thing that happened on Divine Mercy Sunday. My husband had a devotion to Mary before I did, and I didn't understand it. As a former Protestant, I didn't get it, and I was very jealous of her, thinking he was like worshiping her. I didn't really understand. And I kept asking, where's that in the Bible? It has to be in the Bible for it to be true. And obviously, it just wasn't really for me at the time. And then kept noticing Mary kept showing up. The name of Mary kept showing up. I had customers named Mary. My mom was telling me about her aunt named Mary. Mary just kept showing up. And then one day I was vacuuming, and we have a bookmark that has the mysteries, the promises of the rosary on it, and it kept falling off the table whenever I'd go by it, and I kept putting it back on, and it kept falling off no matter what I did. It kept, obviously Mary was trying to get my attention. I felt like she wanted me to get to know her, so I contacted a priest, and he guided me and he gave me some places to start to learn about her, and I learned and got to know the theology behind it and who Mary was. And then one day we went shopping, went to Savers, and I came across this book, and it's the Total Consecration to Jesus Through Mary by Louis de Montfort, but it's through Father Hugh Gillespie, and it was shrink wrapped, brand new, sitting there. I figured God was saying, take this, do the Marian consecration. So I did, went through it, and on March 25th, 2014, I consecrated myself to Jesus through Mary, and it's probably the best thing I've ever done. A month later, it was Divine Mercy. About a month later, April 27th, happened to be Divine Mercy Sunday, and it was the day that St. John Paul II and John the 23rd were canonized. That day, we went to the Holy Hour nearby, and they were celebrating the canonizations. And then we came home and we ordered Papa John's pizza to celebrate the Papa Johns that were being canonized. And afterwards, it was 3 years of trying to get pregnant. We started to lose interest and kind of lose hope. We didn't think it was going to happen, so we kind of gave up. And that day, after the dinner, we said, oh, might as well, because my period was not there yet, and I said, we might as well just take a test, see what happens, and it turned out to be positive. And that was like the most, was not expected. I kept thinking, no, this can't happen. My wildest dreams, I couldn't imagine becoming pregnant, and it happened to be on Divine Mercy Sunday, and it happened to be on the day that St. John Paul II was being canonized, and if it weren't for his theology of the body, my husband wouldn't even have had his conversion in the first place, and he wouldn't even be open to life. So we gave Peter is his name. His middle name is Christopher, named after Christopher West, who helped explain the theology of the body. But that was a wonderful thing that I think that happened through Mary. If it weren't for me giving myself to Jesus through Mary, who knows, in my whole life, it never would have been changed the way it was. My whole life has changed on that day, becoming a mom, and it just so happened that my pregnancy happened to match Mary's pregnancy, because the baby was due around Christmas time. And it turns out he was late, and that's a whole other story when he was born. But the pregnancy, I felt united to Mary, like I was giving birth to my own baby Jesus. It was a crazy thing. And I will be linking my husband's conversion story down below, because he's a lot better storyteller than me, but he has his story if you want to see that. Well, thank you for listening, and God bless.